Hello, everybody. We're going to talk about the green poppers before we start the story. A slight description. Not all green poppers have green skin. Some have pale, white skin. They're usually the ones that live underground. And then there's tan skin. Ones that live in the trees are usually tan skin. The ones that are green skin are usually the ones that live near the mossy area of the grassland. And usually the green ones are more adventurous to head out in the woods to pick berries and to scavenge. Alright, here's a story. Enjoy.
Title: The Quest for the Crystal of Illumination. In the heart of Eldenwood, a lush and vibrant forest, lived a curious creature known as Franklin Buttercup. With his bright green skin and playful fox ears, Franklin was as endearing as he was adventurous. His days were filled with the simple joys of foraging, storytelling, and laughter, but these gentle times were disrupted by an impending darkness that loomed over the realm. For centuries, a powerful artifact known as the Crystal of Illumination had safeguarded the world from shadow, providing light and prosperity to all who dwelled in Aldenwood. But the crystal had gone missing, and with its absence, ominous clouds threatened to engulf the land. Whispers of the dark forces rising grew louder each day, filling the hearts of the creatures with dread. Aware of the dire situation, Franklin decided to embark on a quest to find the crystal. He sought the help of his two closest friends. The first was David Warhammer, a stout dwarf with a heart as strong as his famed battle axe. David was known for his bravery, his unparalleled craftsmanship, and his unmatched skills in mining. He could sense the hidden paths beneath the Earth's surface like no one else. The second was Gabriella Mala, an elegant elf sorceress with cascading silver hair and piercing blue eyes that sparkled with ancient wisdom. Gabriella was gifted, harboring immense magical abilities that could aid them in their journey. Together, they formed a determined team ready to confront the challenges that lay ahead. As they set out, the trio ventured through shimmering groves and across rolling hills, guided by the whispers of the forest. Franklin led the way, his ears twitching at every rustle and sound, while David walked steadily, ever alert for any signs of danger. Gabriella, her hands sparkling with magical energy, observed the skies, watching for dark omens signaling the approach of trouble. Their journey took them to the misty peaks, where they heard legends of ancient spirits that might hold the whereabouts of the Crystal of Illumination. But as they neared the cliffs, an eerie fog rolled in, cloaking their vision. Beneath the shroud, ghostly whispers filled the air, echoing their fears. "Stay close," Franklin urged, his heart pounding. "We can't let the darkness consume us." Guided by his instincts, they discovered a hidden cave adorned with glowing crystals. Inside, flickering lights danced along the walls, illuminating inscriptions that spoke of the crystal's last known resting place. Gabriella translated the ancient runes, revealing that the crystal had been concealed within the shadowed hollow, a realm long believed to be uncharted and dangerous. With determination shining in their eyes, the trio journeyed toward the hollow, overcoming obstacles along the way. They faced twisted vines that attempted to ensnare them, and echoes of doubt that sought to lead them astray. Yet with every challenge, Franklin's creativity shone through, David's strength forged pathways through the perils, and Gabriella's spells illuminated their path. Finally, they arrived at the entrance to the shadowed hollow. It was a dark chasm that seemed to breathe shadows. As they stepped inside, the air grew cold, and the light of Eldenwood dimmed to a mere glimmer. But Franklin took a deep breath, his fox-like ears perked up. They would not be afraid. Together, he shouted, extending one hand forward, encouraging his friends to step closer. With the bonds of friendship as their armor, they pressed forward. Inside the hollow, they encountered creatures that were once guardians of the crystal, now twisted into shadow by its absence. They were wraith-like figures shifting between worlds, guarding the crystal's last resting place with fierce vigilance. But Franklin, with his heart full of courage, approached them. We seek the crystal of illumination to bring back the light. Will you help us? His sincerity resonated, piercing through the darkness. The guardians paused, recognizing the bonds of their friendship, the very essence of what the crystal represented. Slowly, they relented and unveiled the crystal, a radiant orb pulsating with colors unseen in the realm. With the crystal of illumination in their hands, they felt its warmth dispelling the shadows around them. The forest began to bloom again, flowers dancing in vibrant colors as light restored the once fading landscape. Returning home a little wiser and a lot braver, Franklin, David, and Gabriella celebrated their victory. The shadows had been banished, and peace reigned once more over Eldenwood. They knew their adventure would be just the first of many. For in a world filled with magic, friendship was the greatest power of all, and together, they could overcome any darkness.